everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been MIA. It's been a year since I've filmed for YouTube. I've had a lot going on in my life. A lot of it I don't share on my social media if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook. But I am back. So right now I'm going to be doing one video per week until I can get my room situated. So just a briefing. You know, we bought a house recently. It's been 2 months, so we still not done with my beauty room and everything else. So it sounds a little echoey in here. There's a little background noise you're gonna hear throughout the video. I do apologize for that, but right now this is the best I can do. So just bear with me. It will get better and better and better. So today I'm testing out the Joah brand that I picked up at CVS. So you're gonna see me try on the foundation. You're gonna see me try on their concealer and set my face using the banana setting powder, which I actually bought by mistake instead of buying the translucent one. So, but keep on watching so you can see what I really think of this brand. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. So we're going to start off with the Self Ready Pore Minimizing Primer. There were about 4 different primers. I chose this one because I do suffer from large pores. So I'm going to go ahead and start to apply. And now it's about a dime size amount. And as you can see, it's very thick. It's not a runny. And it's definitely not silicone based. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this on my problem areas where I suffer from pores, where I have the largest pores, which is usually right around this area on my chin and a little bit here on my forehead. And I go ahead and I just, once I wipe it through, I go ahead and just pat it in and allow that to dry just a little bit. So while we're waiting for that to dry, let's talk about the foundation. The foundation that I selected was the Joah Truly Yours Natural Finish Foundation Drop, which looks like this. And the shade that I selected was, the shade that I selected was Sun Beige. Now, it seems like it's similar. It is a frosted glass bottle, which is very pretty, but it makes it look very luxurious. Makes it look very luxurious. And it is 1.01 fluid ounces. So you get a little bit over 1 fluid ounce, which the normal for a foundation is 1 fluid ounce. So this claims to be a fuller coverage, buildable full coverage. So we're going to try that out. So I'm going to go ahead and do one side. This side using a beauty sponge and the left side doing a foundation brush. I don't typically like to drop the foundation onto my face. I prefer to use a palette and just work from there because I'm just get messy all over the place. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a whole dropper full. I'm more of a full coverage type of girl, so I prefer a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and just dip my beauty blender. We're going to work this on the right side of the face. Again, the shade range, they don't have a lot of undertones, and I'm in between an olive neutral and warm undertones, so this is the best that I can do. So if it's a little off on the camera, I apologize. The best I can do right now. And now it is right off the bat, I am getting a full coverage. I do have some acne scarring, acne marks, so and it's doing a pretty good job of covering them up. And now this is just one dip into the palette without having to go back again. And it pretty much covered my whole left side of the face, which is not bad at all. Okay, so that's one side done. That's the sponge side. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my Luxie 732 Airbrush Foundation. I got this in my Boxy Lux. I'm going to try the left side and see how it works. Let's go. I typically don't use brushes as much to put on my foundation, but I can tell you the difference is I'm noticing my pores on this side are peeking out more than the right side. So I'm not sure how I'm feeling about the brush application about it. I'm not sure if you guys can catch it on camera. I know the quality right now is a little off, but that's because I'm still in the process of getting my room together and my equipment. Okay, so I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I'm just gonna bring my mirror a little bit closer to take a look and see. It's not as full coverage either when you apply it with the brush. I think that's normal for a lot of foundations. Usually they're better with the sponge, even though the sponge soaks up, but for some reason that just, for this foundation, works a lot better with the sponge, at least on my type of skin. Alright, so now I did pick up 2 of their concealers. This is their full coverage concealers. I'm the type of person that suffers from dark circles, tired looking all the time. So I picked up 2 shades. Again, there wasn't a large shade range on these either. So I picked up Natural Beige and a Classic Ivory. I'm just going to basically just give you a small swatch so you can see. So I'm swatching the Natural Beige, which you're going to see first, which was pretty dark. And I have Classic Ivory, which again is very, very odd that the shade range it is what it is, and it has a pink undertone. Now I'm more of a yellow, like I said, neutral to yellow undertone, warm undertone, and these, I'm in between both of these. Even though the Classic Ivory is a more of a peachy undertone, I'm going to see how these work together. So I'm going to go ahead and mix them and then just give it a shot, see if it works out. And now I'm not going to do a brush / sponge review. I only put on, what's that called? Concealers only with a brush. So I'm going to go ahead and mix the 2. And this is a thick consistency. So I believe a little is going to go a long way. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. The 2 worked just fine. Now, this claims to be, like I said, full coverage. Doesn't say anything about crease proof, which normally a lot of concealers claim to be crease proof, but I have creases. I'm getting older. I'm almost 40. So that happens even with creaseless concealers for me as well. So I believe that mixture really, really worked out for me. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the other side, and I'll be right back. So here I have the concealer on both my eyes. Now I will say that, sorry, my phone's ringing, sorry. So I will say that, I mean, I still have some creasing, but nothing too crazy at the moment. Now I picked up their banana powder by mistake, and I meant to pick up their translucent powder. So I tend to stay away from putting banana powder underneath my eyes because it just makes it look darker, the concealer look darker, and I'm trying to make it look lighter to appear as if I'm fully awake after, you know, a long day. So what I'm going to use instead is my ColourPop No Filter setting powder in translucent. I'm going to go ahead and use that with the opposite side of my beauty sponge. And I am using the e.l.f. beauty sponge, which is amazing and very, very close to the Beauty blender. And now this sets it really nice. It has that appearance of me being awake, it's not caking up, and it's not creasing too bad. Like again, I crease with every concealer, so I have to say this one is pretty good. Now they did have a contour palette, blush palette, highlight palette. I didn't pick up any of that because I was more interested on the foundation and the concealer part of it. Again, I'm probably will go back and pick up more, but I am going to Generation Beauty, and they are going to be there, so maybe I'll just pick up everything else while I'm there over the weekend at Generation Beauty. So if you want to see that video, let me know. So what I will do in the meantime, I will set the rest of my makeup because it hasn't dried down all the way, and with me working, I'm always in a rush in the morning. I need it dry ASAP. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my makeup, and I'm going to see how this powder performs on the skin. Sorry for the background noise. I'm still not 100% situated in this room. I'm still trying to work on filling up the rest of the room. And if you want a room tour, house tour, let me know. I will get you that too. So I'm going to go ahead and lightly set the foundation. It is very, very, you can see all that powder. It is very fine. Very fine powder. It has to be one of the finest ones I own. So I don't have a comparison as to what it is, what I can compare it to. So again, I didn't give you a price of the concealer. The concealer was $5.99. The setting powder was $8.99. So I have to say, right off the bat, first impressions, it's a good foundation. Very good drugstore. I do highly recommend it. For the price of $8.99 with the concealer, I mean, for under 20 bucks, you're getting very good quality drugstore. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna bronze. Since we're doing drugstore, I might as well stick to drugstore products. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Wet n Wild bronzer. This is the limited edition. This is, I believe, the Fire and Ice edition. And I'm also using a Fire and Ice brush. It's the P53. Has to be my favorite bronzing brush out of the hundreds of brushes I own. I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly give it a bronze it up just a little bit. Nothing crazy. Sorry for the noise. Hear the dirt bikes. As you can see, it's so good I hit pan. This has been my go-to bronzer every single day. It's just perfect for my color skin. And again, let's see. It's really, really pretty together. I love how this foundation is sitting on the face. And usually, some foundations, some drugstore, I've had issues where once I apply the bronzer, it just breaks up. And as of right now, I'm not catching that at all, which is normally a thing I notice right away. I don't have a drugstore blush, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the Pretty Vulgar blush. And again, this is another Wet n Wild brush, the P72. I'm not sure which collection this one is from. This has been my favorite blush brush. I'm just going to go ahead and tap the excess and just... Don't judge me. I'm not perfect. Okay, went ahead and just lightly blush. I don't like a lot of blush, so what you're going to find me doing is taking a different brush and just kind of minimizing the blush a little bit. I don't like a lot of blush. Just a little bit to give the cheeks some color. Then for highlight, we're going to use, because I don't have another drugstore one, but I do have a ColourPop one, and this is an oldie. This is Wisp, their Super Shock Cheek Highlighter. And again, I'm using a Wet n Wild P77 highlighting brush. Sorry, it's dirty. I'm going to go ahead and highlight. A little bit on the Cupid's bow. On the bridge, just a little bit. And that's it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set my face, put on some lipstick, and I'll be right back. I'm going to talk some more about the foundation and what I really truly think about it. Alright, so there you have it. I went ahead and popped on some lip gloss from ColourPop and a little bit of mascara. And now let's get down to my honest review on this Joah Beauty collection that I found at CVS. The foundation is amazing. It is definitely a great full coverage, inexpensive foundation. I would purchase this again. It's very, very, very good. Highly recommend it. And then the only con to it is, wish they would extend their, geez, I can't speak today. The only downside to this foundation, to be honest with you, is the shade range. If they can just expand that, that would be amazing. It would just be great to see more shades to accommodate all beautiful skin tones out there. So if they are watching, extend it. This is a very good foundation. As far as the concealer goes, now, as I was finishing and setting my makeup with spray, with the setting spray and everything, I did notice it did crease a little bit more. Again, that's normal for me, but maybe the next time I should try to moisturize my under eye before putting on the concealer. That does tend to happen. Since this is a really full coverage concealer, you may need to moisturize, hydrate the under eye a bit more. But other than that, this is a great this is a great concealer. But again, the shade range needs to be extended to accommodate all the skin tones out there in the world. So again, this is a great, if you're looking for full coverage, inexpensive, $5.99 at CVS, this is the one for you. And the setting powder. The setting powder, which I picked up in Banana, actually wasn't bad at all. I used it to set the rest of my face, which I never do with a banana powder, but I actually really did like that. So again, if you are a medium skin tone and to darker skin tones, this would definitely be a great setting powder. It's very fine, unlike nothing I've seen before. So this was really good too, and I believe this was $8.99 as well. And again, this is a must-have. So again, I really hope you enjoyed my video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I am back. I will be doing more videos, and I look forward to my Generation Beauty haul once I get back this weekend. So again, thank you so much for watching.